Hey everybody. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope whatever time of day it is, I hope you're making it great. I just wanted to come on for a little bit to talk about our latest, the latest addition to our shows, and that's going to be Druid Schooner um, at, uh, at Clown Street and SJW Avenue. Um, the purpose of this show is going to be the my way of viewing the world in which we live, and I think that it's quite important for me to do that from a druidic perspective, and really using the what I believe how the druids would have responded to the clown world that we live in today, and the world of anybody and their grandma, identifying as Druid when really all they are is part of a political cult. And so, as a result of that, I wanted to come on because I think Fascistbook is really killing us. The reports, the attacks, the idea that we hate all because many of us just don't, agree with the mainstream media, and I find it very interesting because if we go back to 2016 and we look at things, especially from the whole feel the burn era. I think that any and all of the things that whole movement against the DNC did here in Philadelphia, which I led that protest. I think that is totally now what is no longer part of that movement. Any and all things that were fought for in that movement have all gone to shreds. And so, as a result of that, I think that because we live in the the fascist state that we live in, the communist state, the socialist state that we live in today, I think that it's really important that we start having our voices be heard, because it isn't much longer until I believe a lot of our more conservative voices are going to be heard. I don't think that I don't think that it's appropriate to really allow just other voices to be heard, and for these platforms to be used as political allies to people, and to politicians, and to party bosses who pay them billions of dollars to make sure that other voices are not heard. So that's what's going to be with this new Druid Scorner. I guess this new Druid Scorner show that I'll be doing. It's just my view as a Druid, talking about the way I see the world. And I think it's also important that we do talk about this. It is true that that the that far left media is really talking about and really creating the narrative that doesn't need to be heard. And I think that it's kind of dangerous that people like myself are, and others. I mean, there are plenty of others, but I think that they're now going after smaller, smaller groups like the Druid Circle, etc., because they don't want that to rise. And I think that that's really what's happening. And I think that I think those who are fighting every day for conservative pagans, and conservative druids, conservative occultist, conservative mystics, conservative witches, etc., uh, that that we have the right to speak. And if we continue to allow others to say that they are the only ones to speak, which is actually happening right now. It's those people who are very much against any conservative thought that is traditional, that has values. That's kind of it. So I wanted to give you an update on that, and also an update on the fact that yes, we're almost at 40,000 on Facebook. And it's sad because we were supposed to have a really wonderful event coming up in Philadelphia that we can't even advertise for it. So that really does stink, and I think that it's sad that the left feel that they can just continue to break the rules because of their whiny little I guess whiny little minds that they have. I think it's important to understand that the mindset of the left is just so far out there that it isn't even. I don't think it's human anymore. In fact, I think it's quite demonic. And so when I picture Baylor, it's always like this is what I see them to be, because remember, I was on that side, and as a result of being on that side, and having left that side, I can now see another way of looking at things. And that's what Druids really are. Druids are people who are able to completely be vulnerable enough to say, I am completely disengaging from this particular mindset, and keeping that mindset in mind, moving to another to say, hey, look, listen, um, this mindset is completely the antithesis of Druidic thought, and I know that. Druids were the conservative group. Druids were they were the ones who were philosophers. They were the ones who were judges. They were the ones who were lawyers. They were the ones who, I believe at least, were the ones who were the priests of the time. They would have valued, uh, I guess, traditional thought, um, because it was true. Not that they wouldn't be able to animate the truth, or wouldn't be able to, I would say, expand on that truth, but that truth is, like I said, immovable. And it's when so much cultural change is happening in our clown world that we live in today, and even here in the United States of hysteria, um, it's come where people who truly believe that they are wanting to fight for a wonderful um, cause, and that is continue to have free speech. I think that is the opposite of what sirens do. Sirens, and I feel, I mean, if you really want to take a look at anything, and I understand there's people out there that, had their own mysticals that they believe in to be true, but I also believe that it was the sirens that were released, and they use magic. There's no doubt about it that they are using magic, and that is that's sort of concerning. And I feel it's concerning because when you are using magic, and I want to talk about this for a second, because I think that magic itself, while neither good nor bad, um, it becomes quote unquote black magic when the intention is bad. When the intention is bad, paid protesters, paid politicians that are using magic today, paid party bosses that are using magic today, are using magic in a way that is through ill intent, right? And when you begin to use and harness an energy that is really immense and so immense that thank thank the gods that we have people that are using it for with really good intentions, right? Wholesome intentions, genuine and natural intentions. I think that's when we begin to realize that we can stop this fascism. We can stop this socialism. We can stop this communism. We can stop this authoritarian state of uh, this authoritarian state of I would say having taken down governments, replacing them with things like Antifa, and having Antifa come to rise, because that's exactly what's happening. And if you guys want to go ahead and try to work some quote unquote magic, if you will, I would say the best thing to do is to start looking into the works of Rudolf Steiner, look into the works of Thomas Sheridan, look into the works of other people who are truly proponents. And while I might not agree with any of this thought or all of this thought, I should say, um, I would say that these are really good people to really focus in on. I mean, I gave you guys a whole long list of authors that I believe are sound and reasonable, and I think that you should really continue to look and see those channels that we have subscribed to. So I really want to go live, like I said, and I really hope that you can share this video and let people know that you know um, there are really there are people out there who are pagan, if you will. I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't identify as pagan. I identify as Druid, but that's just because I really feel called to that. Um, but at the same time, I also feel the need to say that it is important to allow all voices and not just one voice to be heard, especially when right now we need to undo the last, say, 20 years of corrupt, if not longer. The last 20, 30, well, let's go back, maybe I'd say even 60 years of just absolute, utter corruption, and taking that out and removing those voices that are not using their voices for genuine intent, but rather paid intent. And so, with that, everyone, thank you very much. Again, my name is Druid Nicholas Declan, founder of the Druid Circle, founder of Druid Order of Blessed Stone and Wood. That is BLEST, Stone and Wood, and founder of Druid University, all coming within the next several years. So, thank you again, everyone. And I hope that you can share this video and know that uh, I am doing as best as I can to remove what I believe is corrupt power, using Dryoct and removing those organizations out there that are so far neo-pagan that while others call it New Age, I don't like to use New Age, because when I hear New Age, I hear people like Deepak Chopra. I hear people like you know um, you know Christian D. Larson, even though these some of these people are not no longer with us. Wayne Dyer. That's what I hear when I hear New Age. I hear that. Um, I think that I just call it neo-paganism, because paganism, because that's exactly what it is. It's fake. It's BS. It's It's people who just go around and want to put on a cape and then go out there and protest like witches against Trump. This is absolutely absurd. I think that again, it's all paid, but more importantly, and this, I think the concerning part again is that these are individuals who are using dark magic to hurt um, slews of people. But one thing they forget to realize is that true druids have the power to remove entire groups, and especially if they know that they are sorcerers. With that, Girawan, Bechegogra, Echt Lemowi, Tasei for. Make it a great time of day, whatever it is. Make it great. Keep Druidism great, and let's make Druidism great again. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you again and again until we get back on Facebook on November 8th, because we've been stopped from posting anything but just simple posts. I hope you guys really understand that my intent is benevolent, um, and understand that you know uh, that the unexpected journey that we're all on right now um, came quite fast to many of us. So thank you again, and share this video if you can, to let other people know that if they are not into that whole mainstream SJW, third and fourth wave witchery and soy druidry, I would say that you know, we're hurting people that want to feel a call, but then go to these political cults, I call them, like OBOD and ADF and all the other ones, NOD and whatnot, and then they go to them and feel like their voice isn't being heard, um, and then give up when really they should have been out there feeling the call. But like I said, there are ways to get rid of sirens. And I think that's what we should really be focusing on, because I think that's what was released. But that's just me, whatever you want to call it. But I think that they are sirens, and we need to send them back to where they came from. Thank you, everyone.